Ready? Okay,
Great. All right. All right. Well, welcome to practice, everyone. Happy Tuesday night. It is an adjustment that it gets so dark up here so early. So, such a nice way to come together and end the day. And there is something really special about practicing yoga at the end of the day when it's dark out. It's kind of the darkness gets us into that relaxing mode. And so, that said, thinking about our theme for tonight, one of my favorite yogis that I've studied under is a man named Eric Schiffman. And he wrote one of my favorite yoga books. If you guys are ever interested in buying a book on yoga and just reading about yogic philosophy and just different ways to engage in yoga, and he has also like different sequences. His book is called Moving into Stillness. And yoga is meditation in motion. And when we think of meditation, we think about stilling the mind, right?
good job.
So moving into stillness, right? What does it mean? How do we move into stillness? And um, basically, stillness is not the absence or negation of energy, life, or movement. Stillness can be something that's very dynamic. It's non conflicted movement, it's life in harmony with itself, it's skillfulness in action, which you've heard me speak about. And so, stillness can be experienced whenever there is a total uninhibited or um, unconflicted participation in the moment that you are in, right? When you are wholeheartedly present in whatever you're doing. And so, when you see people out in the world that have that grace about them, right? They're moving, they're speaking, they're engaging in life, but there's that stillness inside. So, something to ponder in tonight's practice is that feeling of moving into stillness, and I am going to share with you some of his words on that. So, if you're joining me or joining us for the first time tonight, I'm Dr. Christina Pastan. I teach from the Kripalu lineage of yoga, which is classic hatha yoga from a place of non judgment and self compassion. So, everything that I guide are offerings. I guide you in different ways. So, you know, follow along, listen to your body, and just be with the body and feel good in the movement that we'll be doing this evening. So I'm going to get the music on. All right. All right. So let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated posture, cross legged or sitting on the heels. And just take a few seconds to just arrive and settle in, just settling into your seat, feeling the gravity of the earth's pull grounding you to your mat, grounding you into this moment, feeling the body heavy. Maybe close closing the eyes, hands resting on the lap. And just take a moment of reflection, maybe just reflecting on your day. Bringing to mind that it's the end of the day and anything that's happened before this moment is in the past. Scanning the body for any areas of tension, thinking about what parts of the body need a little extra attention tonight, and visualizing those areas softening and opening. And arriving into this practice tonight by starting to connect with the breath. And simply just following the breath in and out of the body. Bringing in the mind now, and with every breath feeling the mind present, connected with breath and body. Just one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and take in these words. Eric Schiffman says that yoga is a way of moving into stillness in order to experience the truth of who you are. It is also a way of learning to be centered in action, so that you always have the clearest perspective on what's happening and are therefore able to respond most appropriately. Yoga is not the only way of doing this, of course, but it's an excellent way. It is an ancient process designed to help you uncover and discover your true nature so you can live daily life with that new awareness. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, and let's just move into about 2 minutes of Dirga Pranayama, placing the hands on the belly. Grow tall in the spine. Take a deep inhale through the nose, inflate the belly into the palms of your hands. Exhale, belly retracts to the spine. And again, deep inhale, belly inflates. Exhale. And just continuing, inhaling the belly. Feeling the breath rise through the heart center, lifting the collarbones. And exhaling out all the breath on a count of 4. Deep inhale, count of 2. Collarbones rise, hold the breath. Exhale out all the breath, count of 4. And just feeling this conscious, ancient breath practice, cleaning out the cobwebs, erasing the day, relaxing the body, and bringing you into presence. Feeling centered, feeling that clear perspective. And feeling still in your mind and your body. And when you're ready, hands will come down to the lap. And we're going to begin our practice tonight standing. So let the hands come out in front of you. Come into table. So always moving Mindfully and slowly tuck the toes, lift the pelvis. Let's just do a downward facing dog before we stand up. So press the heels down toward the mat, hang the head, and just alternately bend and straighten each knee, waking up the calf muscles. Bringing in that breath in and out. And instead of walking the feet toward the wrists, we're going to walk the wrists toward the feet. So just slowly walking the hands back till the heels are now flat on the earth. Bring a slight bend into the knees now. And hang in a rag doll. Just hang the head. Feet are hip width distance apart and maybe rock side to side. So opening up the sacrum. And let the hands fall by the toes and slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. And the discs of the spine will start stacking one on top of the other. And when you come to standing, there'll be that S curve in the back of the lower back. Arms will reach to the ears, let them fall back down. And moving into Tadasana, look down at the feet. Feet are directly below the hips. Inhale the arms out in front of you, shoulder height. And then let the arms sweep to the side, shoulder height, and then inhale them up to the sky. And when they reach for the sky, let them come down and wash over the face. And so inhaling, sweep the arms up to the sky. Hands meet overhead, let the fingers wash over the face. So beginning now to move into this meditative flow, sweeping the hands up and then washing away the day. And so this is a perfect movement, right? That's a simple movement, but feeling that moving into stillness. Right? So everything tonight will be slow and deliberate. Last time, hands wash over the face. Arms come down by the side. Lift the right arm up and over and arc over to the left. And breathe into the right side body. Inhale, right hand up to the sky. Let it fall down and let the left arm come up and over, arcing over to the right. And coming back up to center. Both hands reach to the sky. Right hand takes hold of the left wrist. Pull the upper body away from the hips and tip over into standing Ardha Chandrasana, standing half moon. Bring that Dirga breath all the way to the fingertips. Inhale back to center. Switch the grip, pull the right wrist to the sky, arc over to the left. And then coming back to center. Hands will slowly come down to the sides of the body. When they get there, make fists with the hands. And roll the right fist up to the armpit. And the left wrist rolls down to the mat. And then opposite way, we call these monkey rolls. So again, warming up the side body on each side, flexing the spine laterally. And then when we get back to center, open the stance a little more and begin to swing the arms around the axis of the spine and tapping the body in this movement called empty coat sleeves. So here we are rotating and aligning the spine. It's kind of a little movement like an internal washer machine for the organs. We are squeezing the organs as we do this, and every time we move in the opposite direction, we release toxins. So breathing in, bringing in some deep breaths as we do this, and maybe making it just a little faster, really just waking up the body here. And then coming back to center. We're going to bring balance into the beginning of our practice tonight. So ground into the left foot and bring the right foot on the ball of the foot and bring that heel, right heel over to the left heel. So we're going to move into Vrikshasana, a tree pose. So I like to call this baby tree, where the right heel is resting on the left ankle. And this can be your balance. Or you can guide the right sole of the foot to rest on the inner portion of the calf or the inner portion of the left thigh, right? Not on the knee. And when you get to that balance place, finding a drishti, a focal point, hands in Anjali Mudra, gaze to the floor. Staying steady in breath. And then growing the tree. Hands reach for the sky, open the branches, heart is open. And see in this pose if you can really connect again. As still as we are, as much as we're balanced, we're still moving. Inhale, arms to the sky. Pull down through the center line. Rotate the knee so it faces the computer. Kick the foot out toward me and then let the foot land. Take a moment of pause. Notice how the body feels. Does the right part of the body feel a little more active than the left, a little more alive? Ground now into the right foot. Left heel comes onto the right ankle, hands in Anjali Mudra. Staying here or finding your tree trunk, sole of the foot above or below the right knee, pressing into the inner thigh, calf, hands in Anjali Mudra, find the drishti. Steady in breath, core is strong. Inhale and grow your tree. Open the heart. Feeling that dynamic stillness in the body. Inhale, arms, again, knee overhead, pull down through heart center. Knee points to the computer, give it a kick and land. And just taking a moment. Take a moment of pause while I kill a spider. Goodness gracious. All right. Open the eyes. Come to the front of your mat and inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward, all 10 fingers come to the earth. Hands onto the shins, flat back, gaze forward. Inhale, and then exhale, bend the knees, come onto the knees. Going to come back now into Sukhasana. And inhale the arms up to the sky. And exhale, left hand's going to come onto the right knee and the right hand's going to come behind the body. Just a simple seated twist for the spine. And then release arms, come to the sky, opposite, right hand to left knee. And that left hand presses down. So press it down into the mat at the base of the spine. Feel the spine grow tall, the heart opens. And gaze over the left shoulder. And then inhale the arms up to the sky, exhale down. Shoulder height, flip the hands, inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat. The feet will come flat to the ground, bend the knees. Let's open up the hip joints here. And just wide windshield wipers. And moving them slowly, consciously. One more to each side. And now, feet are flat on the ground. We're going to put our hands right underneath our sits bones. So we're sitting on the hands. And then we're going to let the elbows fall to the earth. So they're supporting us. So once you're steady, so maybe the thumbs are right under the sacrum. Knees are going to come up off the mat. Lift the toes up to the sky. And let's just stay here for a moment. So this is a baby Navasana. Inhale, slowly lower the toes down to the earth. And then pull the knees into the chest. Lift the toes and let them fall. So we call this water wheel. Inhale, pull the knees in, lift the toes, let them fall. And so just move into this movement, strengthening the core. Do one more. Inhale. And then coming back down. So now we'll move into Navasana or boat pose. So knees are bent, feet are flat. Hands are going to come right behind the knees. And we're going to hold, gently hold right behind the knees and find a balance, like right between the tailbone and the sacrum. And so this can be our Navasana right here. So if we're going to stay here, we're going to open the chest. So let the shoulder blades draw toward each other, lifting the toes so that they're in line with the knees. And staying here like so, and breathing. Or we can remove the hands from the knees, and now, using core, arms are out, open the heart, staying balanced. And then maybe straightening one of the legs. And then the other leg. Or you could stay like this, whatever works. And let's take 3 more breaths here. And then let go. Bring those knees close into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Long, slow exhale. And then releasing down to the earth with the knees still bent, feet flat on the ground. Arms are going to come by the side. I'm going to do again a flowing bridge. Inhale, lift the pelvis and the arms. Arms will fall behind the head. And then exhale, lowering one vertebrae at a time as the arms sweep back down to the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Coming back up on the elbows. Hands are going to be flat into the mat right behind the sacrum. Feet are planted into the earth, moving into reverse table. Inhale, lift the pelvis to the sky. Let the head fall behind you. So we want a long line of energy from the knee to the shoulders. Lift the tush. Feeling strength in the hamstrings, pressing into the mat with the feet and the hands, letting the head fall back. And then exhale back down to the earth. Feet will cross and we'll put the hands out in front of us, walking ourselves forward, coming into table. So hands will be directly below the shoulders and knees below the hips. Tucking the toes, lift the tailbone and the chin into cow. And then exhale, press the mat away, round the spine into cat. And letting the spine flow through these movements of cat and cow. And then when we get back to neutral, hands will walk just slightly in front of you as we tuck the toes and lift the pelvis into downward facing dog. And alternating again, walking the dog, bending and straightening each leg. All right. Let's move into plank. And when we're in plank, keeping the belly strong, press the heels to the back wall. Core is tight. Slide back up into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. And then fly the knee underneath the body into flying pigeon. And then exhale, right leg back to the sky. Inhale, slide forward, right knee will come to the right elbow. And then send it back to the sky. And then bringing the right knee to the left elbow, back to the sky. Downward facing dog. Knees come to the earth. Find your way into child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Take a moment. Check in. Notice how the body's feeling. I connect with the landscape of the mind. Walk the hands out, come back on into table. tuck the toes. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. And then fly the knee under the body, flying pigeon. Inhale, left leg back to the sky. Inhale, left knee to left elbow. Left leg back to the sky. And then bring it under the body to the right elbow. And back to the sky. Downward facing dog. And now let's walk those toes toward the wrists. Finding ragdoll. Hanging the head and bending the knees, rocking a little side to side. And then as you're ready, lower the hands. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Let them meet overhead. Pull down through heart center. Thumbs to chest. Bow your head and take a moment of pause. All right, we're going to move into 2 rounds of sun salutations. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. All 10 fingers come to the mat. Bow your head. Feel steady and rooted in the hands and the feet. Lunge the right foot behind you. Left knee over left ankle. And inhale, rise up, warrior one. Pivot the back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Stretch out the arms, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Arms meet in the sky. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Cartwheel the right hand around. Both hands land on the mat. Left foot comes back to right, plank pose. Knees come to the earth. Bend the elbows. Lower the chest to the mat. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Rise up into upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Exhale. Taking that moment of pause. Check in. Inhale, lunge the right foot forward. Rise up, warrior one. Shoulders soften from the ears. Pivot the back foot, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Left arm will cartwheel over. Both hands come to the earth. Send the right foot behind you and plank. Knees come to the earth. Bend the elbows. Tops of the feet flat into the mat. Press in and lift up. Upward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Taking that moment of pause. One more round of sun salutations. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Lunge the right foot forward and rise up. Exhale, chest to thigh. Swish it back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. rise. And then exhale, left hand's going to come down to the ground, right next to the right foot. Lift the right arm up to the sky. One more breath. And then close it down. Pivot the back foot down to the mat, and then lift up with the left arm, finding warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Slide the right fingers over the toes. Let the right hand find its way down to the ankle, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pulling yourself back up into warrior two. Cartwheel the left arm up and over. Both hands come to the earth. Exhale, right leg behind, knees to the earth. Bend the elbows, chest to the mat. Tops of the feet flat and press up, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up to the sky. And then lunge it through, finding warrior one. Inhale, rise, and then exhale, chest to thighs, sweep it away. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Pivot the back foot, find your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. And pivot the left fingers over the right toes, finding your Trikonasana, triangle pose. Knees can be toward me, to the floor, to the sky. And then bending in to that right leg. Right hand's going to come right next to the left foot. You're up in the ball of the right foot, and then lift that left arm up to the sky. And then exhale down. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Knees to the mat, bend the elbows, chaturanga. And then press up into upward facing dog. And now let's bend the knees, sits bones to the heels, find your child's pose, forehead to the earth, and take that moment of pause. Well-earned child's pose. Smooth and easy breath. And when you're ready, slowly coming up into tabletop. And now coming onto the belly. So coming onto the belly, getting ready for cobra pose or bhujangasana. So hands are going to be spread open wide, pressing into the mat right next to each shoulder. Tops of the feet are going to press into the mat. And lift the left leg up off the mat. And then, as if someone was pulling that leg back away from you, let it pull back, shooting toward the back of the mat and then lowering. So it's almost like you're trying to give yourself a few inches here. Inhale, left leg up off the mat. Send it back to the Back of the room, let it lower. Both legs up off the mat now. And lower them down. Forehead now rests on the mat. Press into the mat and just slowly lift the upper chest off the mat, just maybe a few inches. And then exhale, lower. And now press into the mat, drawing the elbows toward each other. Lift up a little bit more. And exhale down. And now we're going to move into full expression of cobra. Feet are pressing into the mat. Press down, draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Coming off the mat as much as you can. Gazing forward. 5 breaths here. Keeping those elbows tight to the body. Pressing the feet into the mat for stability. Steady in the gaze, strong in the breath. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Exhale down. And then one hand comes right underneath the nose, other hand comes on top. And then let the head rest. Cheek, either the right cheek or the left cheek, whatever feels good, rest on this flow you've made with your hands, and just take that moment to connect with your energy, the prana, the vitality. And so, again, that moving into stillness. So as calm and relaxing as we feel in tonight's practice, there's so much moving inside of us, lymph and blood and energy. And now releasing, hands will come to the sides of the shoulders, press up, and let's come back into child's pose, counter stretch for the sacrum. This cobra is a back bend posture, so just opening up the back. And then inhaling, tucking the toes, finding your way back into downward facing dog. We're going to transition into pigeon pose. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee. And rotate the foot around the ankle. And then slowly flying the knee underneath the body, bringing the knee up to the right knee up to the right wrist. Drop the left knee to the earth. And then heel toe the left foot to the back of the mat. And feeling this gentle stretch in the right hip. So hands are keeping you steady, maybe rocking side to side. Let's bring the elbows and the forearms down to the mat and clasp the fingers and bow the head. And taking a few breaths in pigeon here, Kapotasana. So we tend to hold a lot of emotion in our hips. So maybe some of you have heard our issues are in our tissues, and when we're stressed and we're in struggle and things are going on in our lives, certain emotions do tend to find their way to certain parts of the body. And so posture like this is great for releasing all that tension in the hip. Okay, hands are going to press you back up, tuck the left toes, and find your way back into downward facing dog, and pedal those knees out. Inhaling the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee. And letting The left foot rotate around the left ankle. And then flying the knee underneath the body, left knee to the left wrist. And then using the toes, walk those toes to the back of the mat, 4 arms down to the mat. Hands clasped, bowing the head. Just maybe making some subtle movements, rocking side to side to just open up the left hip. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, planting the hands back into the mat, tucking the right toes, finding downward facing dog and pedaling out. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the knees down to the mat. Finding yourselves now on your back. And slowly coming down onto the mat, hugging the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. It's a different version of pigeon now. Taking the right ankle and letting it rest on the left knee. And drawing that left knee toward the face as you use the right hand to press the right knee away from the body. Left hand will come behind the left knee and guide it toward you as you gently press the right knee away from you. Flex the left foot. Bring a little more energy to this posture and breathe. Figure 4. Flexing the right foot as well. Drawing the left knee in as much as you can till you feel that edge, that stretch where it's intense. It doesn't hurt, but it feels really that hurt so bad feeling. Hurt so good feeling. And then releasing, folding the knees, windshield wiper the calves over and under each other. And now bringing the left ankle to the right knee. Left hand's going to press the left knee away from the body as the right hand guides the right knee toward the face. Flex the right foot, flex the left foot. And breathe. Finding the edge. And then releasing. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. And then when you're ready, finding your way into Shavasana. Lying on the earth, letting the feet and the arms draw away from the midline of the body. Pressing the back of the head into the earth, lift the upper back off the floor. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other, then lower the back down. And pressure coming off the lower back. Beginning to feel the body heavy. Feeling the body begin to transition into Shavasana, that time of the practice where all of the goodness that we create in yoga begins to settle in and integrate into the body. Feeling the earth beneath you. Feeling the body heavy and grounded. Sensing the blood flow, movement of the blood inside the body, that feeling of vitality. Feeling energized and relaxed. And feeling the body relaxed, toes, soles of the feet and the ankles. Calves, the knees, the thighs, the pelvis, the belly, the heart and the chest, shoulders, the arms, the wrists, hands, and the feet. The neck, jaw, all the muscles in the face, the eyes, the scalp, and all of the strands of your hair. Entire body relaxed and at ease. And in these last few moments of Shavasana, more words from Eric Schiffman. As you move into the depths of stillness, subtle and powerful changes will become apparent in your life. These will be both profound and entirely welcome. You will become familiar with the creative force inside you and the energy at your core. The world will look more beautiful because you're seeing it as it is, without the distorting influence of your conditioning. You will feel different, happy, for no apparent reason. It will seem as though you have undergone important change, a rebirth, as though you've become a new person, and yet you will be more yourself than ever before. So beginning now to bring some waking movements to the fingers and the toes. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly rolling on to one side, staying curled up in the fetal position, just taking a moment of rest there. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly transitioning back into a comfortable seated position with your hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra, palms pressed against your chest, bowing to yourself in gratitude for showing up tonight. Giving yourself that time to be a dynamic being and move into that place of stillness within yourself. Give yourself self-care to calm mind and body. And I vow to all of you in gratitude for showing up and letting me guide you in this beautiful ancient practice that has stood the test of time, that connects us and grounds us. And I bow to all of you and say namaste. I hope that the rest of your night you continue to move into stillness, and that the peace and tranquility of your yoga practice lasts as long as it can. Thank you. Thank you, Allison. Namaste. Thanks for your help. glad the audio was great. That makes me happy.